Today, I want to talk about something that most of us experience at some point in our lives. People who aren't genuine, people who don't have our best interests at heart, and how God, in His infinite wisdom, reveals them to us. First, let's start by understanding this. God wants what's best for you. He wants you to be surrounded by people who uplift you, encourage you, and align with His purpose for your life. That's why sometimes He allows certain situations to arise so you can see the true character of those around you. Difficult times have a way of uncovering the truth about the people in your life. When life is going smoothly, it's easy for everyone around you to seem supportive, kind, and loyal. However, when challenges arise, whether it's a financial struggle, a health crisis, or an emotional hardship, the behavior of those around you begins to shift. This is no coincidence. God often uses adversity to reveal the true character of the people in your life. He allows these moments not to punish you, but to open your eyes to who genuinely cares for you and who is only there for their own benefit. When you're thriving, some people are drawn to your success, not because they care about you, but because they want to share in the benefits that come with your success. They enjoy being part of the good times, but shy away from any responsibility or sacrifice when difficulties come. These are the people who might shower you with compliments and support when you're doing well, but suddenly vanish when you're struggling. Their absence during your lowest moments is a powerful revelation from God. It's His way of showing you that their loyalty was conditional, based on what they could gain from you. On the other hand, true friends and genuine people don't abandon you when life gets hard. They stay by your side, offering their support, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable for them. These people reflect the kind of love and loyalty God wants you to experience in your relationships. Proverbs 17:17 reminds us, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity." This scripture highlights the fact that real relationships are tested and proven in challenging times. A friend who truly loves you will stand with you in the storm, not just bask in the sunshine. When God allows trials in your life, He is giving you the opportunity to see people for who they truly are. He exposes the intentions behind their actions, the depth of their loyalty, and the sincerity of their hearts. It's easy to overlook certain behaviors when everything is going well. But adversity removes the mask. People can't fake kindness, patience, or loyalty for long when faced with difficulty. Their true character inevitably comes to the surface. This process can be painful. Realizing that someone you trusted or cared about is not who you thought they were can leave you feeling betrayed or disheartened. However, it's important to remember that God's revelations are always for your good. He is not showing you the truth to hurt you, but to protect you. Removing fake people from your life creates space for the genuine relationships He has planned for you. It's a step toward healing and growth, even if it doesn't feel that way at first. Moreover, challenges don't just reveal others, they also refine you. As you navigate difficult situations and see the true colors of those around you, you learn valuable lessons about discernment and trust. You grow in your ability to rely on God, seeking His guidance and wisdom, rather than placing your trust solely in people. Trials strengthen your faith and deepen your understanding of who is truly aligned with the purpose God has for your life. As painful as it may be to lose relationships with people who turn out to be fake, trust that God has something better in store for you. He doesn't want you to be surrounded by those who would take advantage of you, betray you, or hold you back from fulfilling your destiny. Instead, He wants to surround you with people who will support, encourage, and walk with you in faith. When you find yourself in a tough season and notice people pulling away, don't be discouraged. Recognize it as a divine revelation and an opportunity to align your life with God's will. Trust in His plan and allow Him to guide you toward relationships that are built on authenticity, love, and mutual respect. God often reveals fake people in our lives by highlighting red flags that we might otherwise overlook. At first, they might seem small or insignificant, a casual lie, an offhanded comment, or a selfish action. But over time, these patterns reveal the deeper intentions of someone's heart. These warnings are not coincidences. They're God's way of protecting you, steering you away from relationships that could harm you or derail His plans for your life. Sometimes, these red flags appear as inconsistencies in behavior. For instance, someone might say they care about you, but their actions tell a different story. They may offer support with their words, but fail to show up when you need them most. Or they may act kind and generous in public, but behind closed doors, they are dismissive or critical. These subtle contradictions are God's way of drawing your attention to the truth. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:16, you will know them by their fruits. Words can be deceptive, but actions consistently reveal a person's character. Another red flag God may reveal is selfishness. Fake people often prioritize their needs and desires over yours. They may take advantage of your kindness, manipulate you to get what they want, or only reach out when they need something. They rarely, if ever, show interest in your well-being or reciprocate the support you've given them. This imbalance in the relationship is a clear indicator that their intentions are not genuine. God wants us to have relationships rooted in love and mutual respect, as described in Philippians 2:03, which says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves." Dishonesty is another common red flag that God uses to expose fake people. Lies, half-truths, and deception may seem harmless at first, but they reveal a lack of integrity and trustworthiness. A person who consistently bends the truth is likely hiding something or trying to manipulate situations for their benefit. God values honesty and truth, and He will often allow these lies to come to light so that you can see the reality of who someone is. Ignoring these red flags can lead to unnecessary pain and disappointment. Sometimes we want to believe the best about people, so we dismiss or excuse behaviors that make us uncomfortable. However, God gives us these signs for a reason. They are opportunities to pause, pray, and seek His guidance before moving forward in a relationship. When you notice these red flags, don't brush them aside. Instead, bring them to God in prayer and ask for discernment. Trust that He will provide the clarity you need to make wise decisions. In addition to red flags, God often reveals fake people in our lives through separation. This can be one of the most challenging ways to uncover the truth because it often feels sudden or unexpected. You might find that someone begins to drift away, communication fades, or a relationship ends abruptly. While this can be painful, it's important to recognize that separation is often God's way of protecting you from harm and aligning you with His purpose. Sometimes God removes people because their presence in your life is no longer beneficial. They may have been a source of negativity, distraction, or temptation, and their influence could hinder your spiritual growth. Other times, their season in your life may simply be over. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. Ecclesiastes 3:01 reminds us, "To everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven." Just as some people are brought into your life to help you grow, others may be removed to make room for something better. Separation can also occur when someone's true colors are revealed. They may choose to walk away when you set boundaries or when they can no longer take advantage of you. While it might feel like rejection, it's actually a blessing in disguise. God is showing you that their presence was not aligned with His plan for your life. This act of separation is not meant to punish you, but to protect you and help you move closer to the people and opportunities He has prepared for you. It's essential to trust God in these moments of separation. While you may not understand why someone has left your life, have faith that God sees the bigger picture. He knows what's best for you and is always working for your good, even when it's hard to see in the moment. Instead of holding on to the pain of a lost relationship, focus on the doors God is opening and the blessings He is bringing your way. Remember, separation is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter filled with the people and experiences that align with God's will for your life. God reveals fake people in our lives by allowing separation, which often feels painful but serves a critical purpose in our journey. Sometimes we don't realize how certain relationships weigh us down or hinder our growth until God intervenes to remove those people from our lives. This process of separation, while difficult to endure, is one of God's ways of protecting us, redirecting us, and ultimately positioning us for the life He has planned for us. Separation often begins subtly as people naturally drift apart. This could happen when priorities, values, or circumstances shift. You may notice that someone who was once close begins to pull away, cancel plans, or show less interest in your life. At first, you may feel confused or even blame yourself. But this distance is not an accident. It's God allowing the relationship to fade because it no longer serves the purpose He has for you. Sometimes God removes people quietly, without drama or confrontation, because their season in your life has come to an end. Ecclesiastes 3:01 reminds us, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Not all relationships are meant to last forever, and God knows when it's time for certain people to exit your life so you can move forward. In other cases, separation may happen through conflict or betrayal. While disagreements are a normal part of any relationship, there are times when repeated conflicts or unresolved issues indicate a deeper problem. Fake people often show their true colors during times of tension or disagreement. They may become manipulative, defensive, or even hostile when things don't go their way. God allows these moments of friction not to hurt you, but to reveal the truth about someone's character. It's through these conflicts that you begin to see who is genuinely committed to your well-being and who is only in the relationship for their own benefit. Betrayal is perhaps one of the most painful ways God reveals fake people, but it is also one of the most powerful. When someone you trusted and cared about betrays you, it can feel like your world is falling apart. However, betrayal often exposes what was hidden beneath the surface. It reveals the lack of loyalty, honesty, or integrity that was there all along. As painful as it is, betrayal is sometimes God's way of removing someone who was never truly meant to be part of your journey. It's a necessary cutting away of what could harm you in the long run. Sometimes separation feels abrupt, like a door being slammed shut. A person may suddenly ghost you, walk away, or end the relationship without warning. While this can leave you feeling abandoned or rejected, it's important to remember that God sees what you cannot. He knows the hidden motives of people's hearts and removes those who might harm you, distract you, or lead you away from Him. What feels like rejection is often God's protection. He is sparing you from heartache or betrayal that you might not have seen coming. In these moments of separation, it's natural to feel hurt, confused, or even angry. But instead of clinging to what's been lost, God calls us to trust in His plan. Proverbs 3:05-6 reminds us, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Trusting God means believing that He has a purpose behind every removal, even when we don't fully understand it. Separation is also a time of growth and reflection. When God removes someone from your life, it creates space for you to examine the relationship and how it impacted you. Were they helping you grow closer to God, or were they pulling you away? Did they encourage you, or did they drain your energy? This period of self-reflection is an opportunity to realign your relationships with God's will for your life. It's also a chance to strengthen your faith as you learn to rely on Him instead of clinging to people who may not have your best interests at heart. Lastly, separation paves the way for new blessings. When God removes someone from your life, it's often because He is preparing you for something better. Whether it's healthier relationships, greater opportunities, or deeper spiritual growth, God's plans are always for your good. Jeremiah 29:11 assures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Trust that every separation is a step toward the greater purpose God has for your life. Though separation can feel like a loss, it is in fact a form of divine pruning. Just as a gardener cuts away dead or unproductive branches to help a plant grow, God removes relationships that hinder your growth or prevent you from flourishing. This process may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary for your spiritual and emotional well-being. When God separates you from someone, let go with faith, knowing that He is guiding you toward the people and opportunities that are meant for you. And when God reveals fake people in your life, one of the ways He does so is by highlighting red flags that may otherwise go unnoticed. These red flags are subtle but powerful indicators that something is off in the relationship. They might show up as small acts of dishonesty, manipulation, or selfishness. At first, these behaviors may seem minor or isolated. But over time, they become a pattern that reveals the true character of the individual. God allows you to notice these warning signs as a way of protecting you from harm and helping you make wiser choices about who you let into your inner circle. One common red flag is inconsistency. Fake people often say one thing but do another. They may promise to be there for you but fail to show up when you need them. Their words and actions rarely align, and over time, this inconsistency becomes a source of confusion and frustration. This is God's way of showing you that their loyalty is conditional or self-serving. By drawing attention to these inconsistencies, He helps you recognize who truly values you and who is only pretending to care. Another red flag is a lack of reciprocity in the relationship. Fake people often take far more than they give. They may rely on you for support, encouragement, or resources, but when it's your turn to lean on them, they are nowhere to be found. This imbalance can leave you feeling drained and unappreciated. God allows you to see this pattern because He wants you to experience relationships that are mutual and uplifting, not one-sided and exhausting. Dishonesty is another major red flag. Fake people often resort to lies or half-truths to manipulate situations or present themselves in a better light. They may lie about their intentions, their past, or even their feelings toward you. Over time, these lies become harder to ignore, and God brings them to light as a way of protecting you from further deception. While it may be painful to discover that someone you trusted has been dishonest, it's better to face the truth than to continue investing in a relationship built on falsehoods. God also reveals fake people by allowing separation to take place. This can happen in various ways, from a natural drifting apart to an abrupt end to the relationship. Separation is often God's way of creating space for healing, growth, and alignment with His purpose. It may feel confusing or even hurtful at the moment, but it is ultimately for your good. One way separation occurs is through changes in circumstances. As you grow and evolve, your priorities, values, and goals may shift, leading to a natural distance between you and certain individuals. This is not a coincidence, but a divine intervention. God is gently guiding you away from relationships that no longer align with the path He has set for you. While it may feel like a loss, this separation is necessary to make room for the people and opportunities that will help you fulfill your purpose. In some cases, separation happens through conflict. While disagreements are normal, persistent conflict or unresolved issues can reveal the true nature of a relationship. Fake people often react poorly when faced with challenges or when they can no longer benefit from the relationship. They may become defensive, manipulative, or even hostile. God allows these conflicts to surface as a way of exposing the cracks in the relationship and encouraging you to let go. Abrupt separation can also occur when someone walks out of your life unexpectedly. This can feel like a betrayal or abandonment, but it's important to trust that God sees the bigger picture. He knows the hidden motives of people's hearts and removes those who might harm you in ways you cannot see. What feels like rejection is often divine protection. God is shielding you from pain, distraction, or harm that could derail your journey. Through these experiences of separation, God teaches us valuable lessons about trust and discernment. He reminds us to rely on Him above all else, rather than placing our hope in people who may not have our best interests at heart. Separation also provides an opportunity for self-reflection, helping us recognize the types of relationships we truly need and deserve. In addition to red flags and separation, God also reveals fake people by allowing trials and challenges to test the strength of your relationships. When life is going well, it's easy for people to appear supportive and loyal. But when difficulties arise, fake people often reveal their true priorities. They may distance themselves, make excuses, or show a lack of genuine concern. These trials act as a refining fire, separating the genuine from the counterfeit. Finally, God reveals fake people by their fruits. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:16, "You will know them by their fruits." Actions speak louder than words, and over time, the true nature of a person becomes evident. Fake people may talk about loyalty, kindness, or love, but their actions tell a different story. By observing their behavior, you can discern whether they are truly invested in your well-being or merely pretending for their own gain. Through each of these revelations, God is not trying to hurt you, but to protect and guide you. He wants you to be surrounded by relationships that reflect His love, truth, and purpose for your life. Trust in His wisdom and allow Him to lead you to the people who will uplift and support you in the journey He has planned. God reveals fake people in our lives through a variety of ways, each designed to protect us and guide us toward healthier, more meaningful relationships. One of the most evident methods is by exposing red flags that point to someone's true intentions. These signs are often subtle at first, such as inconsistencies in their words and actions, selfish behavior, or dishonesty. Over time, these small indicators form a pattern that cannot be ignored. God allows these red flags to surface so we can see beyond the facade and discern whether someone's presence in our life is truly beneficial or detrimental. A common red flag is inconsistency. Fake people often present themselves in one way but act differently when circumstances change. For example, they may promise to support you but fail to show up when you need them. Their words may be full of reassurance, but their actions reveal a lack of commitment or integrity. God highlights these inconsistencies to remind us to focus on actions rather than empty promises. A genuine friend's actions will consistently align with their words, reflecting their sincerity and loyalty. Selfishness is another key red flag. Fake people often prioritize their own needs and desires over yours, using you as a means to an end. They may only contact you when they need something or show interest in your life when it benefits them. This one-sided dynamic can leave you feeling drained and unappreciated. God allows this selfishness to become apparent so you can reevaluate the relationship and set healthy boundaries. His desire is for you to experience mutual, uplifting connections that reflect His love and care. Dishonesty is also a major indicator of a fake person. Lies, even small ones, reveal a lack of trustworthiness and transparency. Fake people often deceive to manipulate situations or maintain a false image. Over time, their lies unravel, exposing the truth. While it may be painful to uncover deception, God brings these moments to light to protect you from further harm. Honesty is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship, and God wants you to build connections on a foundation of truth. Another way God reveals fake people is through separation. This can happen gradually as relationships naturally drift apart, or abruptly through conflicts or betrayals. Separation is often God's way of creating space for growth and redirecting you toward relationships that align with His purpose for your life. It can be difficult to accept at first, especially when you feel attached to the person, but God knows what you cannot see. He understands the long-term impact of certain relationships and removes those that are harmful or no longer serve a purpose. Sometimes separation occurs through distance as life changes. Priorities and values may shift, causing a natural drift between you and certain people. While this process can feel confusing, it is often a divine intervention. God allows this space to form so you can focus on the relationships and opportunities that truly matter. Other times, separation happens through conflict. Fake people often reveal their true character during moments of tension or disagreement. They may become defensive, manipulative, or even aggressive when faced with challenges. God uses these conflicts to expose the cracks in the relationship, encouraging you to step away and protect your peace. Trials and challenges are another way God reveals fake people. When life is easy, it's simple for people to appear supportive and loyal. However, true character is revealed during difficult times. Fake people may distance themselves, make excuses, or show a lack of genuine concern when you need them most. These moments of hardship act as a refining fire, exposing the genuineness of your relationships. God allows these trials not to hurt you, but to strengthen your discernment and faith. God also reveals fake people by their fruits. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:16, you will know them by their fruits. Over time, a person's actions consistently reveal their true nature. While fake people may talk about loyalty, kindness, or generosity, their behavior often contradicts their words. Genuine individuals, on the other hand, consistently demonstrate love, humility, and selflessness. God teaches us to observe actions rather than being swayed by appearances or empty promises. Finally, God uses moments of betrayal or abrupt endings to reveal fake people. While betrayal is deeply painful, it often exposes what was hidden. Someone's true loyalty becomes clear when they turn against you or abandon you. God uses these moments not to punish you, but to protect you from further harm. What feels like rejection is often divine redirection, guiding you toward healthier relationships and aligning you with His purpose. Through all these experiences, God is shaping your understanding of relationships and teaching you to trust Him fully. He desires for you to surround yourself with people who reflect His love, truth, and purpose. While the process of recognizing and letting go of fake people can be challenging, it is ultimately for your good. By trusting in God's wisdom and discernment, you can find peace in knowing that He is leading you toward the relationships that will help you grow and thrive. God reveals fake people in our lives in various ways, often to protect us and guide us toward healthier, more meaningful connections. One way He does this is by exposing red flags that show someone's true character. These red flags are often subtle at first, such as inconsistencies in their actions, selfish behavior, or dishonesty. Over time, they become impossible to ignore, and God allows us to see them clearly. This revelation helps us discern whether someone is genuinely invested in our well-being or if their intentions are self-serving. Inconsistencies in behavior are one of the most common red flags. Fake people often say one thing but do another. For instance, they may make promises of support and loyalty, but fail to show up when you need them most. Their actions rarely match their words, leaving you feeling confused or uncertain about where you stand with them. God highlights these inconsistencies to help you recognize the difference between empty words and genuine commitment. True friends act consistently and stand by you in both good and challenging times. Another red flag is selfishness. Fake people often prioritize their own needs and desires above yours. They may only contact you when they need something or show interest in your life when it benefits them. This one-sided dynamic can leave you feeling drained and unappreciated. God reveals this selfishness as a sign that the relationship is not healthy or mutual. He wants you to experience relationships that are balanced, where love, support, and care are shared equally, rather than connections that leave you feeling used or undervalued. Dishonesty is another key indicator. Fake people often rely on lies or half-truths to manipulate situations or maintain a certain image. They might lie about their intentions, past actions, or even their feelings toward you. Over time, these lies unravel and God brings the truth to light. While it can be painful to discover dishonesty in someone you trusted, this exposure is necessary for your growth. It's God's desire is for you to build your relationships on a foundation of honesty, transparency, and trust. In addition to red flags, God reveals fake people through moments of separation. Separation often feels uncomfortable or even painful, but it serves a greater purpose. It might occur gradually as people naturally drift apart due to changes in priorities, values, or circumstances. Sometimes it happens more abruptly through conflict, betrayal, or other challenges. Regardless of how it occurs, separation is often God's way of removing unhealthy relationships from your life to create space for new blessings. Conflict can be a particularly revealing tool that God uses to expose fake people. While disagreements are normal in any relationship, persistent conflicts or unresolved issues often highlight deeper problems. Fake people may become defensive, manipulative, or even hostile when faced with challenges. They might refuse to take responsibility for their actions or blame you for the problems. God allows these moments of tension to show you the true nature of the relationship and encourage you to let go of what no longer serves you. Sometimes separation happens suddenly, like when someone abruptly leaves your life or betrays your trust. These moments can feel like rejection or abandonment, but they are often a form of divine protection. God sees what you cannot, including hidden motives or future harm. When someone exits your life unexpectedly, it's often because God is shielding you from pain or distraction that could derail your journey. What feels like a loss is actually His way of redirecting you toward healthier relationships that align with His plan for your life. God also reveals fake people through trials and challenges. When life is going well, it's easy for people to appear supportive and loyal. However, difficult times often act as a refining fire, exposing the true nature of those around you. Fake people may distance themselves, make excuses, or avoid offering help when you need it most. In contrast, genuine friends will stand by you, offering support and encouragement even when it's inconvenient for them. God uses these trials to show you who is truly there for you and who is not. Another way God reveals fake people is by their fruits. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:16, you will know them by their fruits. Over time, a person's actions and behavior consistently reveal their character. Fake people may talk about loyalty, kindness, or generosity, but their actions often tell a different story. They might fail to follow through on their commitments or act in ways that contradict their words. By observing their behavior, you can discern whether they are genuinely invested in your well-being or merely putting on a facade. God also uses moments of betrayal to reveal fake people. Betrayal is deeply painful, but often serves as a turning point. When someone you trust betrays you, it exposes their lack of loyalty and integrity. While it's natural to feel hurt and angry, it's important to remember that God is using this moment to remove harmful influences from your life. He allows betrayal to happen so you can see the truth and move forward with clarity and strength. Ultimately, God reveals fake people not to hurt us, but to protect us and guide us toward better relationships. He wants us to experience connections that reflect His love, kindness, and purpose. While it may be difficult to let go of people who are not good for us, trusting in God's wisdom allows us to embrace the relationships and opportunities He has prepared for us. By paying attention to red flags, accepting moments of separation, and learning from challenges, we can align ourselves with His plan and surround ourselves with people who truly care for us.